Oh shit, that ain't good. Whew, I just dropped this camera and I thought I'd broken it. You got to see the the camera go down, and all of a sudden it just had a black screen, and I'm not gonna do that again. But I cannot find any filler hole on it. I'm gonna scoot back under here. Right now I'm draining the fluid out. They're loose, so I just loosened it up. I didn't want it jumping out at me and pouring it all over me. So this one doesn't have a place to fill it. I can't find anything online about it. That's the reason I'm making this video. I wasn't going to make a video because there's lots of videos out there, people changing their fluid and their differentials. It did have a tag on it. One of the screws had a tag on it telling me, in fact, it's right here. Maybe you can see it. It tells you, there you go, synthetic only, 75-140. You can't see it because of the bulb, but that's what it says. It was pretty badly pitted with rust. I chipped it all off on the outside, and I had a can of that hammered silver paint, and I painted it just to get the rust to stop. I scraped it all off and took a wire brush to the outside of it here, and then I wiped it down with a rag with a little bit of gasoline on it, let it dry for a few minutes. This is what I'm going to put in there. Got this at the only brand they had, Master Pro, whatever that is. I'm going to put that on there, just tighten it up enough to just see it ooze out just a little bit, not tight at all. And I'm going to let it sit for an hour, and I'll come back and tighten it on up. I'll let that set up a little bit, and then when I tighten it up an hour from now, it'll be leak free. You can see on the left is the old oil, on the right is crystal clear new oil, the gear lube. So it needed it. The other job I was doing today, same truck, 1999 F150 XL. Since I got this used, it's got 60,000 miles on it. I'm pretty sure nobody's taking much care of it. The transmission's been working fine, but I went ahead and pulled the pan off the transmission and replaced this filter. This is a filter I got at O'Reilly's Auto Parts. I think it cost like 13 bucks or something for the filter. It says right on the cover, the pan, or the pan cover, whatever you call it, the pan on the bottom of the transmission that you have to drop to get this oil out of here. It said right on there that it had a reusable gasket, and the directions that came with this said if it had a removable gasket to go ahead and reuse it. So see right here, it says removable gasket. Please reuse it if it is not damaged or bent or does not have crushed, blah blah, does not have crushed bolt holes, breaks, or cracks. You can use it. So I went ahead and reused the same one. Now on this cover, or on this, sorry, start over. Okay, when I pulled this off of here, of course I had oil flying everywhere, dripping all over me. This part right here goes up inside the transmission, and this part hangs down into the pan. Well, I pulled it out. Of course I had oil all over me, and I dropped it right in the oil pan. So I went ahead and grabbed a new one and tried to put it up in there. There's a bunch of bolts that these heads sit in, and I tried to line it up, and I couldn't get it to get in there right. It just didn't feel right. So then I realized that there's a little orange seal. I had it laying here a minute ago. I was going to show it to you. Get this filter, it has this orange seal on it, like this. I like that. Well, when I pulled this out of here, this old orange seal stayed up inside that hole. And I had to take a little tiny screwdriver and work that out of there so that the new one would go up in there. So keep that in mind. That look up in there and make sure that the seal comes out with the filter. So there's the old filter. And here's the box it came in. This one is, as you can see, it's an FK266, and right on it says Fram filter 1167. I'm not going to go to I didn't go to all the detail of showing you how to do it. I mean, if you're going to tackle something like this, you can probably just look at it and figure it out. It's nothing complicated. There's 14 bolts to hold the pan up, and you just have to put a big bucket in there and catch it. It's a slimy mess. They don't put drains on them anymore. Like I say, it was about 13 bucks. Thank goodness I didn't force it up in there. Oh, one other thing. These things, this is laying in the bottom of the pan. This has got something to do with when they install. They run fine without them. I'm looking for Ford Micron 5, Roman numeral 5. This is called Castrol Transmax Import Multi-Vehicle. Changed the fluid in my differential. I needed a tube of this ultra gray Permatex gasket maker. I need 3.5 or 4 quarts of this 75-140 gear lube, synthetic gear lube. For the transmission, I think I used 6.5 quarts this transmission fluid. I didn't do anything but drain the pan and this filter kit. And then I reused the same gasket. It's not leaking, so I'm fine. So that's what you're going to need for everything from the motor back, moving. Alright, I got it all tightened down, filled it up, put the sensor back in the top, drove it a little ways, no leaks, good to go.